we're going to be going through a very important lesson, which is for me, this is the beginning of book 1. Madeenah book 1, I say this is the first and the most important lesson of Madeenah book 1 after the foundations have been laid. And this is really now where the Arabic, inshallah, kicks in, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Unfortunately, due to some personal circumstances, the lesson is going to have to be shorter than usual. But I'm going to give an introduction to what the lesson is about. Now, the first thing that we're going to learn in today's class, my brothers, is what is known as mudaf. I'm writing it in Arabic as well in the text box. مضاف ومضاف إليه. جيد. مضاف ومضاف إليه. There it comes. You will see that. مضاف ومضاف إليه. This is the first and most important concept which is being taught in this lesson. Now, there are a number of other concepts being taught in this lesson as well. Amongst them is some new vocabulary, namely tahta. Everyone say tahta. And tahta, it behaves like a harf al-jarr. It behaves like a harf al-jarr in that it gives some direction and some meaning to the noun that comes after it. It always comes before a noun, and it gives some directional meaning to the noun that comes after it, and it actually means underneath. أحسنت أبو عبد الرب, below, نعم, underneath or below. جيد. So تحت, it behaves very similar to harf al-jarr, even though technically we don't call it harf al-jarr, but for the purpose of this class, we're going to refer to it as harf al-jarr because it behaves the same as harf al-jarr. جيد. Just bear with me for a moment. I'm going to just pause there for a second. The harf al-jarr, li, it often means ownership, giving ownership to something or to somebody, belonging to somebody. Now, no, Mirza, not li, which is lam ya. Let me type lam ya, sorry, lam ya, li. Yes, li means mine. But I'm just talking about now the first letter, li. Now, li, this is harf al-jarr, and it requires another noun to come after it in order to complete its meaning. Now, it means belonging to. Very often it means belonging to. If it means belonging to, then as the example you gave, Mirza, it says when you said li, mine, then belonging to, and then that ya refers to me, belonging to me. Li. Okay. So if I said to you, and don't forget, this is harf al-jarr. So if I said to you, or if I showed you this word here, Khalid. How would you read that? I've got Abu Abdullah's mic, his hand is up. I hope that's for your mic. Can I give you the mic, Abu Abdullah? And you can tell me how you're going to read that word that I just typed.
Khalid.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Are you able to?
Khalid.
Are you able to? Naam, Khalid. You said Khalid, right?
Yeah. No. Khalid.
That's correct. That's correct. I want you to with listen to Madeenah. I see him raise his hand up. Go ahead.
Khalidun.
Khalidun. Ahsanta. Khalidun. Because we studied in the Dars al-Rabi', if I'm not mistaken, that if you put your, if you have names, masculine names, then those names are pronounced with two dhammas. Hamidun, Khalidun, Muhammadun, Aliyun. Okay? Except in the case where there's ta marbuta, like for example, Hudayfatu. Okay? And in those cases, you only pronounce one dhamma. All of the female names, however, whether they have a ta marbuta or not, they only pronounce with one dhamma. Fatimatu, Khadijatu, Zainabu. Okay. So far so good, guys? You with me, Hudayfa? Okay.
Yes.
So Khalidun. Now, what happens when harful jar enters upon a noun? What happens to the tanween? Just now, Hudayfa read this quite correctly. He said, Ahsanta. It turns into a kasra. Ahsanta Mirza. So if you have one dhamma at the end of the word, like al-baytu, harful jar before it changes it to one kasra. Fil bayti. So what do you think will happen if you have two dhammas like Khalidun? What will it become?
It will become two kasras.
Ahsant. Khalidin. Well done, Mirza. Well done, Hudayfa. Jay Khalidin. Tayyib. So therefore, I want you brothers to read this for me, knowing that lam is harful jar. Knowing that lam is harful jar. I want you to read this for me.
لخالدين.
Ahsant. Atif, you got your hand up. I'm giving you the mic. Jazakallahu khairan, Hudayfa. Read it to me, please. Atif. Your mic's taking a short while to come on. So, brothers, you read that by saying, imagining that there were, initially you had two dhammas. Now, those two dhammas turn to two kasras, and it becomes what, Atif? The voice is not coming up very clearly. It looks like a bad connection. Ahsant Abu Abdurrab, li Khalidin. Li Khalidin, as Hudayfa also read. Li Khalidin. Everyone say, li Khalidin. Li Khalidin. Jayyid. Okay, my brothers. So here we're discussing a new meaning today. And that is the meaning of possession. Here I'm going to write something for you now. Al-Kitabu. You can see me writing it. You can't see me writing it. Al-Kitabu li Khalid li Khalidin. Can you all see that? Al-Kitabu li Khalidin. What do you brothers think that it means? What do you brothers think that it means? Who's got their hand up? Jayyid, Mirza, Muhammad Saqib. The book belongs to Khalid. The book belongs to Khalid. Quite clear. Quite clear, barakallahu fikum. جيد. Al-kitabu li khalidin. Because we already discussed and we said that li as a harf al-jar means belonging to. We already said that if harf al-jar comes before a word, then it changes its end points and vowel points to kasras. If you have one kasra on the original word, it takes one kasra at the end. If you have two kasras on the original word, it changes to two kasras. So in this case, we have li khalidin. And then we made a sentence, we made some meaning, and we said al-kitabu li khalidin. Al-kitabu li khalidin. The book belongs to Khalid. Now, one way I like to explain this lesson to my students, one way I like to explain this lesson is in the following way. I'm going to try to write with my mouse. It's not going to be very clear, but it'll be something just to visualize for everybody on the screen. Okay. Al-kitabu li kha. Okay, here, let's take the eraser and move this part here so I can use it. Use this area. Hopefully they'll give me room to write. Yes, good. Al-kitabu li khalidin. Now what I want you to draw your attention to here, guys, because all of what I'm telling you so far is an introduction to mudafun wa mudafun ilayhi. Mudafun wa mudafun ilayhi. That's the introduction I'm giving you. I'm trying to bring the concept of mudaf and mudafun ilayhi to your minds. Alright. Have a look at this, what I wrote. I wrote Al-kitabu li Khalidin. Why is there only one dhamma over here? Ahsantum, because of al, sahih, jayyid. Why are there two kasras over here? Why are there two kasras over here? Ya akhi, you jumped the gun. You jumped the gun. Muhammad Zakib, correct. Muhammad Zakib, correct. Masculine name, these are not the answers I'm looking for. I'm looking for Muhammad Zakib's answer. Because of li, harful jar. Jayyid Abu Ammar. Because of harful jar. Where is the harful jar? There it is, the lam. Ahsant Abu Abdullah. Jayyid. So now, al gave us one dhamma. This lam gave us two kasras. Now what I like to explain, okay, just going to be patient with me, I'm going to shut those doors because we've got some builders working and they're disturbing our class. Now, as we were saying, so how I like to explain mudaf and mudaf ilayhi here is to say that the Arabs, generally speaking, and the same goes for any language, they love to say things in the shortest, quickest way possible, because that's the nature of language. To be brief and direct, get the point across, not to be long-winded about it. So, in order not to be long-winded about the message here, that the book belongs to Khalid, the Arabs discovered that you could get rid of the alif and lam, and you could get rid of this harful jar, and leave everything else exactly as it was, and it would serve the same purpose and the same meaning. So rather than saying Al-kitabu li Khalidin, they would say Kitabu Khalidin. Kitabu Khalidin. Everyone say Kitabu Khalidin. Again, Kitabu Khalidin. Jayyid. Once more, Kitabu Khalidin. Ahsantum wa barakallahu feekum. Okay, so Originally, kitabu has got one dhamma because of what, guys? Originally, kitabu has got one dhamma because of alif and lam. Jayyid. And originally, Khalidin has got two kasras. Originally, because of what, guys? Because of li, harful jar. Jayyid. Muhammad Saqib. Barakallahu fiqh Atif. Ahsantum. Originally, kitabu has got one dhamma because of alif and lam. Originally, Khalidin has got two kasras because of the lam. But now, since we crossed out the alif and lam, as you can see in my writing, and since we crossed out the lam in li Khalidin, harful jar as you can see in my writing, we are left with kitabu Khalidin. And you guys read that already 3 times with me. Kitabu Khalidin. Okay. Now, the reason we give for, let me change the color so you can see this clearly. The reason we give for kitabu to have one dhamma, we say kitab has one dhamma because it is mudaf. Because it is mudaf. Mudafun. Okay? And the reason Khalidin has got two kasras, we say because it is mudafun ilayhi. Excuse the poor writing because I'm just working with the trackpad. Wish I knew how to use like a mouse pen or something like this. I'll be able to do a lot of writing for you on the page. If anyone has suggestions for me on how to use a mouse pen so I can write on the screen, that would actually serve all of us well. So just give you some hints there, inshallah, in the private chat after. That'll help me a lot. So the reason why kitabu has got one dhamma, even though there's no alif and lam, as you can see, we crossed out the alif and lam. It's got no alif and lam, yet it only has one dhamma. I told you before, if there's a word that has no alif and lam, it should have two dhammas. So why in this case it only has one dhamma? You answer, لِأَنَّهُ مُضَافٌ. Because it is mudaf. Mudaf is a state, or the status of that word. Let me close this WhatsApp, which is open on my computer. That's giving us some disturbance. Jayyid. Mudaf is the title or a label given to that word in that state, which is a word which used to be al-kitabu, which used to be followed by li, harful jar li, showing that this book belongs to somebody or something. So then it has one dhamma. Why? لِأَنَّهُ مُضَافٌ. Jayyid. And then you say Khalidin. Why has it got two kasras? لأنه مضاف إليه. Okay, I'm going to pause the lesson for a second there, just to attend to a need in my house. Just be patient with me. Assalamu alaikum, brothers. Okay, apologies for that. Okay, ya ikhwah. Kitabu Khalidin, this combination of two words together with the first word with only one dhamma, which used to have two, only one dhamma, though there's no alif and lam. So you can say it used to have two dhammas, and now there's only one, but there's no alif and lam. And the second word, which has two kasras, though there's no harf al-jarr. The reason for that is mudafun wa mudafun ilayhi. Jayyid? Now, unfortunately, my brothers, I have some a building work taking place in my house, as you can probably hear, and For that reason, this is really what the introduction I want to give you for today's class. And bi-idhnillahi ta'ala, we're going to continue next week, inshallah, and go further into Dars al-Khamis, reading and identifying mudafun wa mudaf ilayhi. The homework I'm going to give you guys, the homework I'm going to give my brothers, inshallah, is to look into the Noble Quran, al-Mushaf, al-Quran al-Majid, and go through the Quran and identify 5 examples of, again let me say it, we're going to stop here inshallah. We have to keep it brief today because of the background noise as you can hear. The focus of today's class was to introduce the concept of mudafun wa mudafun ilayhi to you, and I hope I've been able to do that. And I want to give you guys some homework for this week, and that is to look into the Quran and identify 5 examples of mudafun wa mudafun ilayhi. Mudafun wa mudafun ilayhi. How we identify it? You're going to find a word that has no alif and lam, but only has 1 dhamma. And you're going to find a word after it that has no harf al-jarr, but it has 1 or 2 kasras. Okay? 5 examples, write them down and send them to me, inshallah ta'ala, via WhatsApp, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Here comes my number. Wallahu a'lam, wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. And I apologize for the long wait and the slight delay at the beginning of the class and the shortened length of the class due to the personal situation that I'm in. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.